Hello, good evening, everyone. I am Sha. So I am a shaman and an energy healer. So I do shamanic healings here. I do biofield healings, which is what we're going to talk about tonight. I do Akashic record readings, and I'm just about to do past life regressions as well. So,
Oh my
so I
gosh,
do a
this
lot
is
of
so
stuff.
exciting. I'm sorry, I don't mean to get so emotional. This is so exciting.
It's okay.
Oh, I
It's
love
good.
it. Okay.
Emotions are good.
Oh,
Good to express. And so tonight we're going to talk about biofield healing, and that is using the tuning forks. And the biofield is our energy body.
Okay.
Some people call it the aura, but it actually extends out like 6 feet from our body. And in this energy field, when we go through life and all the experiences that we go through and the lessons that we learn, things can get stuck, for a better word, in that. And it actually can cause pain, it can cause disease, it can cause illness, it can cause us to be over emotional, under emotional. So it can cause a lot of different things. And it can cause us to keep doing the same patterns over and over in life, when we know that that's not what's best for us. And we're like, why am I in the same situation I was 5 years ago? I try to make better choices, and it can definitely be because those things are stuck in your energy field, and you need to clean that all up so that you can think differently, feel differently, and move forward differently. So, one good example of what having energy stuck in our field can do is, people will resonate with this, the 80% club. And the 80% club is when you complete all your projects to 80%. So you do laundry, you wash it, you dry it, you might even fold it, but then it just sits on the bed or sits on the dresser. You don't actually put it in the drawers. You don't actually hang it up. You just do 80% of the work. I'm going to write a book. So I wrote a few chapters, set it aside. You're going to paint your house. Painted your bedroom a beautiful color, your favorite color, but 3 months later, you still don't have your light plates back on. You don't have your outlet covers back on. You may have taken off the baseboards to paint, and those are still off. I see that my brother did that, and I was just like, you painted this room 8 months ago. Where's the screwdriver? I'll put those on myself. Your kids are going to electrocute you, try to turn on the light in the dark, and they're going to stick their finger in there. But so that can be caused by having stuck energy in your field. So, and that can be, if you're a painter, you start painting something, 80% of it's done, you don't finish it. So that is a huge thing. Cleaning out your closets, a lot of us collect and collect, and then we start purging. You might even pull everything out. You get part of it back, and then the rest of it sits over here, and like 3 months later, it's still sitting over there. So it's not finishing the job or task that you decided you wanted to do because it would benefit your life, and then you just get it 80% done, and then that's it. And this is often due to old energetic imprints in our field, and it can have a lot to do with our relationship with our mother and father, believe it or not. It can happen. So a lot of the energy, so on your energy body, the right side has to do with your relationship with your father, and the right has to do with your relationship with the mother. So I'll actually find clients who have, they only have back pain on the right side of their body. And I'm like, how's your relationship with your father? What? Not good? Well, we need to move that energy out and help that back pain. So, and then also your ancestral line. There's like a river of ancestral line. Your father's on this side, your mother's on this side. So we pick up a lot. I'm also ancestral healing coach. So we pick up and bring down a lot through our DNA of our ancestor stuff. So, and that can actually be stuck in the energy field to move that out. There's a lot going on in this energy body that we don't know about, and that it's amazing how it can affect our life. Not knowing that is the simple answer is just, balancing out our energy body. So ways it can get stuck is traumas in our life, abuse, falling off our bike, a car accident. Many, many different things can have energy stuck, not only in our energy field, but as a shaman, I it gets stuck in the body as well. So moving that out, you can even have an energetic imprint in your biofield if you were bottle fed and your mother or your father didn't hold you while they bottle fed you, because that's a time of bonding. So you didn't get that. So you could have issue from that, which is crazy to think of, that it can go back that far, and that's something that seems so small. But it's a time that you're bonding with your parent, and they didn't hold you, they put you on a, whatever they call those round things, I don't know what they call them. But it can actually affect that. And even if you have a hard birth, or a C-section, that can leave imprints in your energy field as well. It can cause you to repeat the patterns, emotional things, choices that you make, all kinds of things. And these can, the stuck energy in your body can show up as chronic pain, can be illness. It can cause you to overeat or undereat, can cause you to be over emotional or under emotional, fatigue, brain fog, not having that focus that you want, being, you sit down to do a task, and even if you are someone who gets it 100% done, you sit down to do it and you're just foggy, and you're like, you don't have the focus or the motivation or the inspiration. That can all be energetic imprints in your field that are causing that to happen. And then all you want to do is lay on the couch and watch TV and not get those things done. So it has a lot to do with motivation, inspiration, stuff like that. And just another thing is like not moving forward. If for years I wanted to step away from the job that I had, and I didn't do it, and I didn't do it. And I tried to take little steps to do it, but not really any kind of scary big steps until one day when I did. But that can be caused from an energetic imprint that it's kind of like not allowing you to move forward, or having you afraid to move forward. This is a huge one for me, and it still is a huge one for me, is being busy all the time. I'm busy all the time. And I know I didn't know for years, but now I know that that has to do with energetic imprints. So I'm working through that right now, but people would say to me all the time, like, do you ever rest? Well, no, I don't, but I want to. I just don't know how to. But I'm learning. So that can be caused, that's a symptom of an energetic imprint. And not speaking up for yourself is definitely another one. And it could be if there's energy stuck over here, you could be speaking up for yourself, but then feeling like you're not being heard. And that can cause that energy. Over on this side, it's not speaking up for yourself or not setting boundaries at all. So that having that energy can cause those things. And another thing is saying yes when you want to say no. You're the person that always people come to you and you're like, yes, yes, yes. And they're like, why did I say yes? I don't want to do that. That can be an energetic imprint that is causing you to feel like you need to say yes. And it can come back to, being a child and always being expected to do all the things, or a teenager or whatever it is, or as a mom, you had to do all the things, and now you're older and you still think you have to say yes to everything to your grown child and your grandbabies. I don't think I have to say yes. I like to say yes, but I will say no. But there's definitely a lot of people who will not say no to even to their grown children. And we need to respect our own selves enough to do what's in alignment with us so that our energy does not get thrown off, so that we can keep it moving. And in Biofield, there's this whole imprint of the body, and it's working with the chakras as well. So the first thing I do in a healing is I check the chakras to make sure that they're spinning. I use a pendulum to check the chakras. And if they're not, then I do extra work on that chakra. But when I bring the energy in, your biofield extends out, like I said, 6 feet. And then I bring the energy in, and then I bring it into the chakra so that it can be processed and transmuted. But this tells you, like, you got stuck energy over here. It's busyness and overdoing, and not speaking up for yourself, not feeling heard, not being able to move forward. So it really depends where I feel the stuck energy in your biofield, and that tells me maybe what an issue could be. But then also going out, this out here, that's birth. This right here, that's, recent. So if I feel stuck energy out here somewhere, say I feel stuck energy like right here. So that one is challenges moving forward. And if it's right here and say you're 40, that happened when you were 20. So something happened when you were 20 to where you felt like you couldn't move forward, or something was preventing you from moving forward, and you kept that energy and you keep it till today and you're still not moving forward, or maybe you move forward a little bit and then you do something to sabotage you that you have to move back. So where it is in the energy also tells me about what age that energy came into your energy fields. And then of course, like, the father and mother side. So if I got something way out here, I might know that, something happened with my father and the relationship there, or way out here, something with the mother, the relationship there, that affected me in some way to make that energy imprint there, and needing it to move forward. And then also with the chakra. So if it's way out here, it's like, did something happen when you were 10 that pulled you out of your safety and security? Or did, when you were 15, was your voice shut down because you didn't feel like you could express yourself, or something happened. So it leaves that energy imprint that we need to move out. So it's super interesting stuff.
How, can I ask a question?
Yes, absolutely.
So let's say something happened in the 20s. How do you get that energy out or heal that energy?
I use tuning fork. So I use the tuning fork and I'll sweep that energy in and insert it into the whatever. So if it's right out here, I'll put it into the heart chakra. And then the heart chakra takes that energy and, processes it. So we need to, and sometimes it actually needs to be, if something happened, sometimes it needs to be addressed. Like, say you were in a relationship and you were abused, and you kind of like never actually admitted to your, like, you could, because there's different kinds of abuse. So you were mentally abused, you never really acknowledged that the energy is stuck out here. Sometimes you have to actually name it, say, yes, I was abused, I was, went through this mental abuse, and you have to name it, otherwise it's not going to transmute. So it's just moving the energy out. It just gets imprinted there, and then we can move it along and help you release it, is basically what it happens. That answer your question?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah. And also your body has a natural rhythm, a natural frequency. So when I am sweeping your biofield with this tuning fork, sometimes it's just a matter of fact that your body's like, because your body knows what it wants to sound like. Your body knows the sound it wants, the rhythm, the frequency, the vibration. And I hit this fork to it, and then it's like, oh, I'm way off from where I want to be. And sometimes, because I'll feel it like it's stuck there, and then I'll just hold it there. And sometimes it's just your body naturally auto-correcting itself, knowing, over time, it changes a little bit, and then it changes a little bit, and then it changes a little bit, and all of a sudden you're like way off your rhythm. And just listening to your body's amazing. It knows where it wants to be and what it wants. So sometimes just hearing the tuning fork and saying, I am way off from where I naturally want to be, and it'll auto-correct itself.
So is that tuning fork a certain frequency that everybody's gonna resonate with?
Yep, this one is 174. So that's what I use for sweeping. And then I have different ones, but these I use for binaural beats. Binaural beats are? They're Yes, so it's like two different frequencies you put at your ears, and then your brain will will take the frequency in the middle. So the difference between these two is 111. So I start the session with this and I end the session with these at your ears, and then because frequency 111 is for focus and productivity. So it helps, just to calm and come into the body and focus on, and then, sending you off with focus. And another thing I was going to say about your body auto-correcting, sometimes after a biofield healing, your body will start to detoxify. So it's a lot of care, not a lot. Sometimes it's a lot of care after, sometimes it's not, but just drinking a lot of water and allowing your body to process what it needs to process, is huge when it's auto-correcting itself and we're moving that energy around.
I've had that after Reiki.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
do too with you. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, same thing.
Mhm.
Yep. And it's good. It may not feel good in the moment, but it's a good
It's emotional.
Yeah.
It made me emotional with you and stuff, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and detox can be physical or it can be emotional. It could be any of that stuff. Yeah. And so the tuning forks, basically when your body is out of rhythm with itself, it's like your body's like in a distortion is the best way to say it. So the tuning forks will basically notify your body like you are distorted, like you're not, their body's not distorted, but you know what I mean? Like the frequency's off, um and let's get it back into the rhythm that you want to be in, because when you're in your own natural rhythm, obviously that's the healthiest. That's the best for your body, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, all of that stuff. So the body hears the discord and just works to auto correct it. And it's entrainment. It's your body in training itself to put itself back into where it wants to be. So again, I just move the fork through the biofield. I can feel when I hit something. Sometimes it's like going through air, and then all of a sudden it'll feel like I'm going through molasses. Sometimes it's like I hit a brick wall. And I'm like, whoa, we gotta, so it really depends on what's there and how long it's been there, how big of the thing. There's no bigger little traumas, there's just traumas, but sometimes, like one lady, it was like, I'm like, oh, something started when she was like 25, and then I could feel at first it was just a little pressure, and then all of a sudden it was like big, and I could actually see it was like graduated up, and then so it was something that started and then just progressed and then just hit the wall. And so it's super interesting when I hit something, and and as a shaman and a intuitive, I not only can feel it when I'm dragging through, but then I'll get visions. So I've seen leprechauns, I've seen all kinds of stuff. So then I'll come out and like, and then they, does this, the stuff doesn't mean anything to me, but it almost always, sometimes they're like, I gotta think about that one, but a lot of times they're like, oh, I know exactly what you're talking about. So that's one cool thing about mine is like I have that added shamanic training where I can pick up on things. I can pick up on, guides and all kinds of things. So I don't know why I started talking about that, but yeah, it's good information.
No, it's so interesting.
All right. And clients also, they'll experience immediate pain relief. Some clients will go home and purge their closet like that, and that's something they've been wanting to do for 2 years, and then they'll call me or email me and say, oh, here's my before and after of my closet. And I'm like, wow, you got busy after the session. So it's pretty cool. And it like mental clarity is really profound. How it's, you might be foggy or not focused or not motivated, and then you leave here, go through your process. The next day you wake up and you're just like gonna purge the whole house. And then also like being able to manifest. So once you're in the, your body's in its own natural rhythm, its own natural sound, and then just having that balanced energy field, you're more in sync with the universe. So when you're more in sync with the universe, you're more in sync and better able to manifest the things that you want in your life. You're also better able to make, or you're able to make better choices for yourself, which will lead to those things that you want in your life instead of sabotaging yourself, which I did for years, I'll tell you. Glad I don't do that anymore. But so it's, it's getting all that balance and being in sync with the universe so that you can, you know, bring on the life that you want. Anything that you don't have or that you're kind of stuck in now, you may have everything amazing except for this one thing, and then, all of a sudden there it is, because now you're in sync with everything. And having those imprints, that stuck energy, it can drain you. It can cause fatigue. Like I said, just cause you to just want to just sit there, not take steps forward into the goals that you want, not put your clothes in the drawer, all kinds of things. And it'll just help you break free from old cycles that you've been doing for years. Trust me, I'm speaking to the choir because I've been same cycles over and over and over again. I did them for years, and I'm glad I'm out of that. She knows I'm talking about. I'm glad I'm out of that. So it can help you break those cycles. And again, even if everything in your life is great, except for that one thing that I just can't shake, it may be just that one stuck energy over here from when you were 12 years old and you fell off your bike, or you had a crush on a person and when you were in 5th grade and they told you were ugly. That can happen, so all that can leave imprints, and especially if it affects some people, you're like, whatever, I'm not, but some people would be really deeply hurt by that. So we're all individuals, and it's really amazing all the things that can be imprinted in this field that we have, and it's amazing how we can balance that out and then change our entire lives if we wanted to.
How do we sign up?
Right here in this QR code. So
do you have any deals going on?
that's what I'm just going to talk about. So for the rest of February, they're only $50 for the Biofield Healing. I have 10 spots that I opened next week. So this is the QR code for that. And then I'm also giving away little goodie bags. I make things like talisman necklaces and pendulums. I handcraft these. So goodie bags contain something, high stone necklaces. So goodie bags contain something like that. Little extra incentive to sign up in February. So yeah, I think that's all I have for this. Do you guys have any questions?
This is just also new to me. I'm just fascinated. So I'm just soaking this all up with this knowledge. It's just
Yeah,
so
good.
cool.
Yeah, and I have cards, so if you do have questions, I can give you my card and you could email me afterwards if you want to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you do your sessions here?
Yes. Yep. So for February, what I have left is next Tuesday and Wednesday evening, well, from like 4 to 6. So 3 to 6 on Tuesday, 4 to 6 on Wednesday.
And how long are they?
They're 30 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Sherry, do you have any questions?
No, I don't right now. Thank you, though.
Yeah. Thanks for joining us. All right. Well, I think that is all.
That is all. That is it.
That is all. That is it.